Hello, dear friends, how are you? Many of the people were seen on dieting. They used to say that I am on diet. I'm dieting. So, for that reason, I'm unable to eat at the moment. Now, that has been replaced or refined further, and it is the fasting. People are seen fasting and intermittent fasting IF is becoming a trend. People who are health conscious, either they are doing it or they are seriously considering the IF, mean intermittent fasting, because it's a lot more beneficial indeed. My dear friends, look, Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, almost 1,500 years back, he used to fast not only during the month of Ramadan, but few days out of every week. And he knew because of the prophetic wisdom, he knew the benefits, and particularly the spiritual benefits. After him, all the followers, may mean some of his followers, they are seen fasting other than the month of Ramadan as well. But as for the month of Ramadan, most of the Muslims, they observe fast, and some of the Muslims do it partially, but the Muslims, do fast. Now, with the advancement of the medical research, tremendous amount of benefits have been discovered. Tremendous amount of health benefits have been discovered. Although the spiritual benefits is not, the target of these researchers at all, but somehow even the health benefits which have been discovered are very, very important indeed. A Japanese scientist who discovered something exceptionally beneficial. He discovered the autophagy, the process of autophagy, which is highly, extremely beneficial. It is actually replacing the dead cells in the body, the dead proteins in the body, recycling and converting it into the fresh one. And it is a something which is actually the treatment of certain extremely severe, harmful, fatal diseases like that of cancer. So this Japanese scientist has been awarded with the Nobel Prize, autophagy, as a result of fasting. Today we are going to talk about the comprehensive study on the subject of intermittent fasting. What are the benefits of intermittent fasting IF, and what are the drawbacks of it? Then at the end, what is the correct way of doing that? So the three of these things are the topic of our discussion today. So let's begin with the benefits of it. There are six major benefits of intermittent fasting. The first one is something which can be understood by everybody, and that is the purpose because of which the people used to say that I am on diet. I'm dieting. The people were dieting. So it burns the fat deposits, and that is the fat deposits on different parts of the body. So that was the particularly the belly fat. It is very beneficial. So that is the benefit number one. Now the major benefit number two is improved insulin sensitivity. And this improved insulin sensitivity, intermittent fasting mean IF, has been shown to improve insulin sensitivity, reducing the risk of type 2 diabetes. Reducing the risk of type 2 diabetes. So it is a diabetes type 2 diabetes prevention as well. So that is the second major benefit. Diabetes is a very bad disease indeed. Every disease is a bad one, but diabetes somehow makes a person very weak from inside. Now the third major benefit of intermittent fasting, that is enhanced autophagy. Intermittent fasting can stimulate autophagy, a natural process in which the body breaks down and recycles damaged cells and damaged proteins as well. So that is the treatment of cancer-like diseases, converting the dead cells into the healthy cells, converting the dead proteins into the healthy proteins. So that is called enhanced autophagy. Now, the fifth major benefit of this is reduced inflammation. Reduced inflammation. IF has anti-inflammatory effect. IF has anti-inflammatory effect which may help reduce the risk of chronic diseases. Any disease, any chronic disease mean inflammation in the body, or inflammation in the body automatically mean any sort of chronic disease. So if there is inflammation anywhere else in the body, it automatically means that the person has got or developed chronic disease. Now as for the intermittent fasting is concerned, it minimizes, reduces the inflammation in the body, resulting in the freedom from the chronic diseases. Now the sixth and the last major benefit of intermittent fasting is improved mental clarity and focus. Improved mental clarity and focus. Indeed, it is highly beneficial because all of us do need the mental clarity. All of us do need to develop the focus as well. So that is why it is highly beneficial, and improved mental clarity and improved focus as well. So all of these six benefits are highly beneficial, highly important indeed. But there are certain drawbacks as well. There are certain drawbacks as well. We are going to talk about the drawbacks, and the first drawback is that it hunger, a hunger and cravings, hunger pangs, hunger pangs and cravings. So it is actually IF can lead to hunger pangs and cravings, especially in the first few days or a week or two. So yes, indeed, whatever change we do bring in our body, whatever say sort of dietary change we do try to bring it introduce to our body initially resists because it is not used to of that. In the same manner, as for the intermittent fasting is concerned, those who are new in it, they experience the hunger pangs and they experience the cravings as well. But remember, it does not last long at all. It is like if at all somebody was taking the tea or the coffee and has stopped taking it. What does happen is that initially they do experience like cravings for the coffee, for the tea, and if at all somebody has stopped smoking, but in the first few weeks automatically there will be a lot of craving for the purpose of smoking. So that is something which is only for the few days. Like it need some sort of willpower. It needs some sort of discipline to carry it on. Now the second major drawback is that that is social challenges. IF, mean intermittent fasting, can be difficult to follow, especially in the first few weeks, such as when eating with the family, when eating with a friend. If at all we are eating with a family, if at all we are eating with a friend, automatically it is like we want to eat the way other people are eating. So that is what is the social challenge. It is the second drawback of it. But remember, both of these are not forever. The third is that nutrition deficiencies. IF can lead to nutrient deficiencies if the diet is not well planned. So, if the diet is not well planned, then there will be the nutritional deficiencies, so which is not good at all. But it's not the case with those people only. Rather, it is something very common that particularly people with the low income group, they are already experiencing the nutrient deficiencies in their body. But these people who have started practicing the intermittent fasting, so they people obviously they do experience it. But if at all they plan their diet well, mean if at all they are eating whatever is needed by their body, so what does it happen? It makes the person like they can overcome it. All three of these drawbacks are not necessarily, these are not longer lasting, and these are which are preventable actually, or which are actually somehow manageable. All three of first three drawbacks are manageable ones. Now the fourth is that is adverse effect on reproductive health. Some women may experience changes in the menstrual cycles or fertility when following an IF regimen. So that is something a bit serious. Because the chances of the probability of, or you can say the danger of losing the danger of infertility and the danger of disturbed menstrual cycles. So that is something very concrete, very solid. So in the case like this one, but it is not something which cannot be avoided, or which does occur with each and every case. It's not like that at all. But it may happen, it may disturb the menstrual cycle of certain women, and it may disturb their fertility and make them infertile temporarily. So that is something but somehow somewhat serious. And the fifth and the last drawback, that is also, that is maybe unpreventable as well. And it is the people who with the diabetes, the diabetics. It is bad for the diabetics, and it is bad for those people who are suffering from low blood pressure. So I think that certain medical conditions such as diabetes, low blood pressure, are a history of eating disorder. Some of the people, they have eating disorder, mean they are not eating, but suddenly they start eating and they eat excessively. So that is called the eating disorder. The people with the eating disorder, the people with the diabetes, the people with the low blood pressure, this intermittent fasting, that is not something good at all. So my dear friends and fellows, there are five drawbacks of it, and but three of these are manageable, while another two of these we need to consider it very seriously if at all we are going toward the intermittent fasting. Now, at the last segment of our today's discussion, that is about how to do it how to do the intermittent fasting correctly. Now, how to do it correctly, that is, it means that it will become, more beneficial, and it will prove itself really beneficial. So the first thing to be taken care of, that is, choose choose a method. There are several methods of it, but we have to choose one of those. There are five actually methods of it, but we need to choose one of those five methods which is more suitable, or which we do like. So I'm going to present all the five methods of intermittent fasting. The first one is that 16 hours of fasting and 8 hours of eating. So that is, there is a, this is called, 16, 18, fast for 16 hours, eat within 8 hours window. So that is the method number 1. The method number 2 is 5-2, and this says eat normally for 5 days, then after that restrict calories to 5 to 6, the 5 to 600 on other 2 days. So that is also the second method of intermittent fasting. The third method is alternative day fasting, and it says that eat for mean you can eat the regular eating for 24 hours, then fast for another 24 hours. So that is the third way of, third method of, the fourth method of, now the fifth method is eat stop eat. And this eat stop eat says that fast for 24 hours once and twice a week, fasting for 24 hours, either once in a week time or twice in a week time. So these are the five methods of intermittent fasting. Now there are, now the next thing which need to be taken care of, it says starting slow. If you are new to intermittent fasting, then start with a less intense method. Starting with the less intense method, such as 12-12, mean eat for 12 hours and fast for another 12 hours. Fast for 12 hours, eat within a window of 12 hours. So that is called start slow. Now the third thing to be taken care of, that is listen to your body. Listen to your body. If you feel weak, if you feel dizzy, or if you experience other negative side effects, then adjust your intermittent fasting schedule or consult a healthcare professional. So that is, listen to your body. While intermittent fasting, keep an eye on what are the positive side effects, what are the negative side effects, and how to somehow overcome or preempt the negative side effects. Now the fourth thing to be taken care of, that is stay hydrated. Stay hydrated. Drink plenty of water during the fasting period to hunger help reduce hunger and support overall health as well. Drink plenty of water during the fasting period to help reduce hunger and support the overall health. The fifth item to be taken care of, that is, eat nutrient dense food. Eating of nutrient dense foods, and it says during the eating windows, focus on whole nutrient dense foods. Focus on whole nutrient dense foods, including the fruits, including the vegetables, including the lean proteins and whole grains as well. Now, the sixth and the last item to be taken care of while doing the intermittent fasting, and it says be consistent. Be consistent. That is, stick to your IF schedule consistently. Sticking to your intermittent fasting schedule consistently to see the to experience the to reap the maximum amount of benefits. So that is, be consistent. So these are the six cares to be taken care of. Now remember, it's essential to consult with a healthcare professional before starting any new diet or fasting regimen, especially if you have any underlying health conditions. So that is a comprehensive study upon the intermittent fasting. So this is all from me today. Thank you very much.